back here at the studio in Cooper Creek Square chatting with Keith Sanders of Beaver Sports Shop, one of our great spots to go to for repairs, rentals, you name it. But Keith, biking here, we've got the hardcore downhillers, we've got cross-country mountain bikers, we've got kids family friendly, we've got road biking, we've got gravel biking, we've got it all. Everything's here. I think we're both in the same ballpark that we like the cross-country, we like the climb.
Yep.
I like to earn the downhill, you know, I like a great grinder to get me up there, take a quick break, and then hit it hard on the way down. So what's a good trail? What are you riding?
One of my favorite trails is a couple of years ago, Town of Winter Park was Ambition. They put a lot of trails in to take the downtown area, which we're sitting in right now, and connect it to the trail system. And just on the east side of town at the old Idlewild ski area, they put a trail in called Yankee Doodle. And this is a fantastic trail. It goes through a private subdivision, but it's a public trail access and climbs directly under the old Idlewild chairlift. Goes up, it's got a couple of tight switchbacks.
Yeah,
that really
it's a beautiful trail.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's got great views. You can see the valley, spectacular. And then it rolls up into the National Forest Trail system in town through the old town side of Arrow, drop down into the Idlewild Trail system, and it just makes a fantastic loop.
And you're going to have panoramic views of Winter Park Resort. I mean, it's just incredible.
It's incredible. I mean, there's almost every day I go up there, I see moose. It's phenomenal. So if that's one of the places I'd send you to go for a bike ride.
If you're looking for a moose, evening rides are the best, aren't they? If you go up there right around dusk kind of thing, it's beautiful up there.
Absolutely. And you see the Alpenglow up on the Continental Divide. It is spectacular, and it's just flow single track that just lets you leave the worries in the world behind.
Now, if you see a moose, you're supposed to put your bike down and go running towards it and take a picture, right?
You want to pet it right on the snout.
just kidding. If you see a moose, the best thing you can probably do is just get off your bike and gently walk around it and don't startle it.
Yeah,
and move on with your
I
ride.
let them do what they're going to do because they weigh 1,200, 1,600 pounds. And whatever I do is nothing to do anything to them.
It's like hitting a semi with your Prius. You know, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, so. It's a good thought, but nothing's going. But I let them do what they're going to do. Most often, they're going to walk off the trail. If not, I'll remove myself from the situation and decide I'm going to go another route for right now. Mm-hmm. But you can walk around the woods.
Definitely an animal to be aware of and be cautious around.
Oh, sure.
They're pretty awesome to see. It's always a thrill.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we're the mountain bike capital of the USA. Self-proclaimed, I guess. I don't know where that came from or who patented that. But
that was, I think, in the late 80s from the Sales and Marketing Council here in Winter Park Chamber.
So it's almost 30 years running now.
30 years running. That's when it used to be that, you thought of where did you go mountain biking? And it was Crested Butte, Moab, and Winter Park. Fruita didn't exist.
Yep.
Downhill biking was not even heard of at that point. There were no lift access. We were out on rigid bikes with no front suspension,
I'm
no
still
rear
rocking
suspension.
one. I ride a rigid single speed, a Surly Karate Monkey. So
Great
I love
bike.
it for climbing. It's incredible. But so one thing I want to talk about is we got a big challenge up here because we are a ski town. We get 350 inches of snow a year, and then it melts. And so we're not always just June 1st hits and we're biking every trail. It's always a challenge, and it's a part of respecting the trail too, to make sure it's dry and ready to ride. And so you've done some engineering, or some of the trails have been worked on around the area, and you're a part of that organization to help prevent runoff and prevent the trails from becoming rutted out and kind of a disaster.
And that's a huge thing up here is you have a lot of volunteers that go out and work on trails. Some do it in organized fashions. You'll see a lot of people that with the pine beetle, you think there's trees falling down, and they will. Forest Service did mitigation a couple years ago where they took, on the majority of trails, anything that could fall on the trail, they went and cut it out. So now we have new growth going. But you'll also see a tree will be down. You come back the next day, and all of a sudden, somebody's come up and cut that out. And usually, it's just somebody coming along with a handsaw.
Yep, a little bow saw or something to get you through it.
Yeah, and then there's a lot been done. You'll see, like I said, we have 300, almost 400 inches of snow a year, and you get almost 300 right here in town. You get a lot of seasonal springs. And with that, you'll come along, trail will be great, and all of a sudden you come to a mud spot. And a lot of people don't know what to do. What you do is you go straight through that mud spot.
Stay in the trail.
Stay on the trail. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a trail 200 feet wide, and we're going to kill all the vegetation there.
Yep.
And then that mud spot becomes 200 feet wide. And then it has some major construction you got to do.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely one of the challenges in spring because everyone's excited. It's been a long winter. We've been sitting there for 8 months of snow, and all you want to do is go bike everything. But it's definitely the patience award for.
Oh, absolutely. And if you see something that's real muddy, turn around and go the other way. There's plenty of trail.
Yep.
And the
there's
Headwaters,
1,000 miles of trail. You don't need to right. That one trail can wait. So.
Yeah, and the Headwaters Trails Alliance on their website has trail reports.
What is the website? That's a great thing. So you can go look at the trail before you go ride it.
It's headwaterstrailsalliance.org.
headwaterstrailslines.org. And with that, we're going to take a break and come back, and we're going to talk a little bit about the bike you brought and some gear in your shop. But mountainbikecapitalusa.com for some maps, info, and some more. With that, we'll take a break and be back with Keith Sanders in a bit.